Hey guys, it's me, Belinda, from DIY and More with Bella. Today I'm making a mold, a silicone mold with my buttons. What I'm using today again is my Lego wall around it and my buttons that I'm now evenly spacing out. Just got to make sure that there's an even gap around every single button, including near the walls. You don't want them to be touching each other, so I'll just put all my buttons out. Once my buttons are all placed out roughly where I want, I'm going to use the rice method again, so that just gives me an idea of how much silicone to pour out so I don't waste the silicone. Today I'll also be using Silicreate. I found out the word, it's called Silicreate. Sometimes I'll just say silicone or Silicreate, and it's actually called Silicreate. I'll put a link down below for you so that you know where to get it from. I absolutely love their product. It's fantastic. You won't be disappointed with it. So now I have pretty much all my buttons placed out here. I'm going to get the rice and go from there with the rice by pouring it in, just making it evenly across the top of the rice to basically to the level that you want to fill it up with your Silicreate. Make sure you go, a couple of millimeters above your item, because you don't want a thin layer of silicone there. Otherwise, when you're pulling your items out, you may rip a hole in your silicone. So I poured it out. Now I'm just sort of like spreading it all out just to make sure I get it all in all the gaps. And once I've done that, oops, sorry about that. Once I've done that, I'll take away the Legos. And then I will pull out all the buttons, and then I will scrape up all my rice to work out how much silicone I need. Now, the fun part, trying to find all my little buttons in there, because there are some really tiny little ones in there. Put down below in the comments if you've actually made your own silicone molds. I'll get back to you shortly. So guys, what I'm doing right now is I'm just gathering up all the rice because I've received all the buttons out of there, and including all the tiny little ones. I'm going to tip and scoop as much as possible into this measuring cup just to see how much rice I had. That way I know how much Silicreate I'm going to need. Like I said in the last video, with the Silicreate, the one I have chosen is a 2-part silicone. So it's part A and part B, and they're both of equal parts. So if you have 1 cup of A, you're going to have 1 cup of B. So this looks like it's going to be roughly half a cup of rice. So I'm going to do basically a half a cup of Silicreate, maybe just a drizzle more. Let me just double check. I'll just tip it into my half cup and see how we go. Yeah, it's pretty much nearly a full cup of the half cup, so I'll go with a full half cup. All right, now that I've worked that out, I will pour it back into its bag. This is fun. Who else has made some silicone molds themselves? Comment down below and let me know. And if it's worked or not worked. And if you've used the molds as well, comment below. Anyway, I'll get back to you shortly, darling, with the next step. Enjoy your night, day. Okay, so now that's all done, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to prepare the contact paper to stick underneath the Legos. So you just got to peel it apart as normal, but I kind of struggle because I'm going a bit blind, I think. So once I finally get it apart, I will lay it down flat, and then I'm going to stick the Lego pieces on top. All right, got that cheeky little bugger. All right, so I peel it apart, stick it down nice and flat, and then I'm just going to line up as best as possible the Lego pieces on top. Just sort of making sure that you've got enough of the contact paper to pull up each side of the Legos. And then just make sure you've got a really firm contact between the Legos and the contact paper. because like I said in the last video, you don't want it seeping out underneath the Lego pieces. So you want to contain the silicone in the Lego area. So you just pull up each individual side and squish it up against the Lego pieces nice and tight. Make sure you squish all 4 corners as well, because you don't want it coming out those corners as well. Just getting all the corners squished in together so there's no leakage. Once you've done that, I'm going to turn it over and I'm just going to get my little spatula and I'm just going to scrape along the Lego edges in the centre there, just so that I can get a really good firm seal there as well. Because like I said, you really don't want seepage to happen underneath your pieces. Otherwise it just makes a bit of extra mess to have to clean up, and your pieces don't form a really good mould otherwise. So that's all done, I think. I've nearly squished it all together, making a good firm seal. And once I've done that, I will move on to the next phase, which is putting all the buttons in. So if you give me a moment, I'll gather up my buttons and I'll get back to you guys very soon. Won't be long. Okay, so now I'm just putting in my buttons. When you're doing this, just make sure that you leave a gap between your buttons, as well as a gap between your buttons and the wall of the Lego pieces. Otherwise, you're going to run into a bit of trouble. Now, I'll just put 1 or 2 more in there and then I'll come back to you with the rest of them, because there's so many buttons to put in there, you don't particularly want to watch me do that. So give me a second and I'll do that for you. Okay, so most of them are in there. I've just got a couple more buttons to put in there. And then my mould is ready to go by pouring in my Silicreate. What you do need to do though, once you've got them placed in there, as you can see, I am using my fingers. You do need to wipe them down to get off any fingerprints, because it will show in your silicone. So I'm just going to get a little rag and I'm going to basically wipe down each one of fingerprints, and while I'm doing it, I'll also go back and push each button down just to make sure that it has a really good seal with your contact paper. Because if you don't get a good seal with your contact paper, the silicone's going to slip underneath and create havoc for you. Just double check also that your frame is also well and truly put together. Thank you, I'll be back soon. Okay, so what I'm doing now with my fold, I'm going to pour the Silicreate into there. I'm going to use this 1/2 cup measure, and I'm only going to use half of that cup with part A, and then again another half of that cup with part B to mix my silicone today, as we worked out at the beginning of the film with the rice, that it worked out to be a 1/2 cup all up. So I grabbed my measuring cup and I'm just going to pour part A in there until it gets about halfway on this measuring cup. Make sure that you're pretty precise with the amount you stick in there with both part A and part B, because if you don't mix it correctly, your silicone at the end of the time can end up either real floppy and soggy, or really hard if you put too much in there. If you put too less, it's going to be not set properly and be soggy. So be really precise. And when it's put together properly, both A and B, make sure you have your entire project ready to go, because it sets pretty fast. You only have a 5-minute window. I'll be back to you with part B in a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to scrape that part A into my mixing bowl. Just make sure while you're scraping it into your bowl, you get as much as possible out of that little cup, because you want to make sure that you try and have as much as possible and the same amount as part A as to part B when you start mixing it. So just scrape all the sides down, the back, the bottom part of it, as much as possible as you can into the bowl. So once I've done that, I will just place my cup down, and then I'll grab part B, and then I'm going to do the same again with part B. So this is my part B of my Silicreate. What I'll do is I'll pour it into that 1/2 cup that I have, and remember, this 1/2 cup, I'm only going to pour half of this 1/2 cup out, because that's what I used for part A. So just pouring part B in there, filling it halfway up of this cup, and again, once I've done that, I'm just going to start pouring it into my bowl and scraping as much as possible as I can get out into that bowl. So I'll just start scraping it out now. Give me 1 second. Scraping down all the sides, the back, the bottom, everything. Making sure I get as much as possible into that bowl. Now once you start stirring part A and part B together, you must stir and within about 5 minutes be ready to start pouring. So make sure your entire project is ready to go, because after 5 minutes it starts to set and you're going to be screwed if you don't have everything ready. So I promise you, please, within 5 minutes, start pouring. This is a fantastic silicone stuff that I use from Silicreate, and I've chosen the fast set, so it sets completely within a half an hour. So once this is done, I'll get back to you with the next step. Give me a moment. Okay, so I'm just going to mix the last 2 seconds of this silicone together, part A and B, and then I'm going to start pouring because it'll start setting very shortly. And again, like I said before, once it's mixed and you start pouring, it's going to be ready within approximately half an hour. So that's why I love using this one, because it sets quick and I don't have to wait hours and hours and hours on end, because I'm very, very impatient. Who else is impatient? Who else opens up their silicone molds quick or their acrylic projects quick before they should and stuff them up because you've opened them up too soon? Comment down below. Be interesting to see who else does things like I do. I'm slowly learning not to jump the gun and start pulling things out too soon, because I keep wrecking too much trying to see what it looks like. So now it's all poured in there, just checking that it's all sort of even out as best as possible. And then that's pretty much it. Other than that, all I got to do now is just poke out some bubbles that have popped up to the surface, just using like a little toothpick. And then after I finish poking all the bubbles out, I will push down into each hole inside the buttons just to make sure that the silicone slips down into those holes. But I'm not going to bore you with all the holes. There's so many of them. So I'm going to get back to you when I've popped most of these bubbles. So they're all done now. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cover it over with a container so that hopefully nothing like bugs or animal hair or dust or anything doesn't fall onto your project and set inside it. So that's it. Cover it over and see you next project, guys. I'll show you the end result shortly. Okay, we're towards the end of the video now, guys. Thanks for watching, guys and girls. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you watching to the very end. What I'm going to do now is just flip it over to show you that the mold has completely set and is now ready for me to undo the contact paper. So I'm going to undo all the sides of the contact paper and pull it apart and get my mold out. Hopefully it worked. Fingers crossed. So just get all the sides undone and now pull it apart. So this time around in this video, the Legos come off this time instead of the silicone mold coming off the contact paper, but that doesn't matter. Hopefully it still worked. It looks pretty good, so fingers crossed again. Just try and peel it off the contact paper now. It's a bit of a struggle. I'm not sure if it's because I've done something wrong or if it's my hand, but it's coming apart and it's looking good so far. Pull it a little bit hard. It's coming off. What I'm seeing looks good, so fingers crossed when I pull these buttons out it's worked. Be interesting to see, and if so, can't wait to start using it because I love buttons. I love making different types of buttons. Almost there. Oh, exciting. Here we go. Alrighty, so I'm just going to start pulling out the buttons now. So far that looks pretty good. Next one. This one seems a tad bit stuck, so I might just grab the toothpick and sort of poke at it because it's sort of stuck where the holes are in the button. So I just gently push it in because we don't want to break anything, and hopefully that helps release it. Yeah, that seems to work. It's coming apart a bit harder. Yep, that's worked, and it seems to look like it's okay. It doesn't look like it's wrecked in any way, so that's pretty good. So I'll get this one more button out, and then I'll come back to you when I've got most of the buttons out, so you're not sitting there watching them all. Get back to you in a second. Awesome, so now we've got the last 2 buttons to pull out, and we're done. All I do now is just trim up and tidy up the mold, and there it is. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.